Welcome back to my channel for my weekly Human Design Transit Report. Today is Monday, July 18th, and our new transit starts tomorrow on Tuesday, July 19th. Before we dive into that, I want to remark that we are at the beginning of retrograde season. And we've been in it for a little while, but it's going to get full on starting in mid-August, going all the way through October. I'm going to do a special video about retrograde season next week for my Thursday thematic video. So pay attention to that. Come on back and check that out. But just until then, the thing about retrogrades is that a lot of times we're going back through things. You might start to feel like energy is slowing down, particularly in certain areas of your life. You might even feel like it's a time to pause and reflect, review. Retrograde season does not have to be a super negative time, even though sometimes people think that it is. But that's only if you're trying to barrel forward with everything all at once. I'm frankly very happy that I already have the first draft of my book done and I'm now revising it, because that's a great thing to be doing over retrograde season, is to be revising. So make the best of it and come back and watch the video on Thursday. If you'd like to receive updates about the different videos that I am putting out on Thursdays in particular, Mondays is always a transit report, but Thursdays are thematic. I just wound up the 5 videos that I did on the G Center, and as I said, the next one will be on the retrograde season. And if you'd like to receive updates and also other information from me and kind of know what's going on, if you go ahead and register for my Getting Started with Human Design ebook series, I'll put the link down in the description. Then you will be getting updates from me. And of course, you can always unsubscribe if you want to. We have a very interesting configuration this week. So the Earth is moving into the gate 60, which is the gate of acceptance in traditional human design and the gate of conservation in quantum human design. And then the Sun is moving into the gate 56, and the gate 56 in traditional human design is Storyteller, and in quantum human design is expansion. These two energies are going to work together in a very dynamic and interesting way during this transit, so we'll dig into that in a second. First, I want to talk a little bit about the gate 60, which is what the Earth is lighting up, and to note that Pluto has been in the 60 and will continue to be in the 60 for a long time. So the gate 60 is on the root center, and it's part of the knowing circuit. Remember that the knowing circuit is part of individual circuitry, and as such, it is here to be different. It's here to bring change. It's mutative. It doesn't fit in. It's not designed to fit in, and it is where the evolutionary impulse of humanity lies in the human design chart. So with the knowing circuit is highly intuitive. It's the biggest sub-circuit in the entire chart. So there's lots and lots of gates and channels associated with it. And this is a place where the knowing circuit, it comes down and out and around both sides of the body and then back up through the central channel. So the energy has been in a lot of different places and experiencing lots of different things by the time it comes back together to come up this central channel. So the 60 is all about discerning what of all of these different things that we have learned as this energy has moved through the knowing circuit. What are all the mutations? What are all the leading edge, out of the box ideas that have been getting generated through that knowing circuit? And which of them are really important? I think this is where acceptance comes from, right? Because it's like, which of these ideas are we going to accept? And conservation is an interesting juxtaposed to acceptance, because conservation is really indicating like which of all of this mutative energy that has come through the knowing circuit do we want to conserve, right? Which of it is important for us now? Which of it might be so out of the box, that it's actually not relevant at this point in time? It might be in 5 years or 10 years or something like that, but it's not necessarily a mutation that is going to benefit us at this time. And that's part of what that 60 is going to do, is going to be sorting through energy and making decisions about what is going to be helpful. And it's a format, what we call format energy, which is on the root center. All of the different channels that go from the root to the sacral, all 6 of those gates and the channels that connect them are called format energies. So what that means is that this energy is, the root has a pulse, okay? And so energy is pulsing up through those channels into the sacral and giving more energy to the sacral. And sometimes the pulse is off and sometimes it's on. And so with this 60, it's about being able to allow energy to flow, but to also be paying attention to when it's a little more, there's like a pause, okay? And when it's flowing more. So with Pluto here in the 60, and then the Earth joining Pluto for months, remember that Pluto is the god of the underworld, and it's kind of phoenix energy, okay? And it's really kind of going down into the depths, and sometimes this is shadow work. And so we're looking at what of the pieces of our shadow work, what of the pieces of our really kind of deep dive into the inner landscape is something that we want to keep with us, that we want to take forward, the lesson perhaps that we've received as we come out of the underworld and go out into the outer world again. And so Pluto has been lighting that up. And now the Earth is saying, okay, of all of this that we have looked at over this course of time, what do we want to ground ourselves in? What is it that's really useful that we want to take in this moment during this transit and ground ourselves in? So you might want to reflect for yourself, what are some of the new things that have come in? What are some of the new ideas or the new possibilities, the new perspectives that you've been getting exposed to, and whether or not they're useful for you? And it's helpful not to just out of hand reject new things, obviously. Right? We want new things to come in, but we also know that not everything is going to be useful all the time, or maybe at this time. So take a few minutes to just reflect for yourself on what's been coming through and what is useful for you. Now, we've got that as our foundation, right? And then the sun in the gate 56, the 56 is a storytelling energy. I think it's been renamed as expansion in quantum human design because the stories that we tell with the 56 are expansive stories, okay? That's the idea, is they can be expansive stories. They can help us to be able to have a bigger understanding of both of our own lives and of our tribal affiliations, the people that we are in communities with, and then also of humanity, right? A bigger story about humanity. And so as we ground ourselves in the newness that we now have discerned is actually really helpful. What do we want to tell? What story do we want to tell about who we are as an individual, as a community, as a species, as humanity? What story do we want to tell that's going to help us expand our understanding? And in my view, I would say so that we can really grow ourselves into the sovereign stewards of our planet that our Earth really needs us to be. We need to grow into being stewards rather than consumers, right? We've all been conditioned into being consumers. Our economy is based on consumption. We've been consuming the earth, right? In all these different ways. We've consumed an awful lot of the earth in the last few hundred years. And so what is a new story that's really expansive, that's based on a new way of understanding who we are and what we can be doing, what our role is, if you will. And so I invite you to be looking at your own life and also your affiliations, and to be questioning for yourself, what is my role? Like, what story do I want to tell? How can I have a bigger perspective? I know that looking at things like climate change and ecological disaster, demise, of species and everything, that can be super intense to take a look at it. I get that. And a lot of us kind of know that it's there, but then we turn away. We do something else. Whether it's that or whether it's challenges in the economy or in the political world, right? So many places out there we're seeing very, very significant challenge. But this energy will help you to really ground into the changes that you want to see, that you want to put your energy into, and then to expand your perspective from there and to be telling new stories about what is possible. Okay. And I think that this is one of the things that human design is just keeps calling to us over and over again. What new is possible? How can we download and receive new possibilities that help us to decondition ourselves, to break out of our programming, to become the sovereign stewards, to be able to take care of our planet, to create new economic structures, new political structures, new ways of being with each other, new energy forms, and all of that, because this is something that we definitely need, right? And you can be a part of it. You can definitely be a part of it. And this energy will help you get an understanding about what that is for you and then how you can speak about it. And for just a couple of days, for Tuesday and Wednesday, well, actually, Mercury's been in the 56. And so it's in the 56 right now and will be on Tuesday and Wednesday, where there's this overlap between the sun and Mercury lighting up the 56, which is all about telling these expansive stories. So my invitation to you is to consider what you can do on Tuesday and Wednesday, whether that's writing in your journal, whether it's creating videos for yourself, whether it's talking to your friends, whatever it is, because remember the 56 is on the throat center. And so it's about expression, and it's also about activation, about activating energy. So you have a lot of support to be grounding yourself in possibility and then expanding into potential. All right, that is my transit report for this week. Many blessings, much love.